Transcribed.
Hello. I'm the Reverend Parker's daughter, Nancy. Most families see their minister only once a week, but at my house, it's always Sunday.
Yes, it's 30 minutes of proof that the good life is not a dull life. The happy new comedy series, It's Always Sunday. This is a nice, quiet little suburban street, isn't it? If we could look inside the houses that sit back on their neat little lawns, right now we'd find most of the people having their breakfast. At least that's what the Reverend Charles E. Parker is doing with his wife Mary and their teenage daughter Nancy. And the conversation has gotten around to a touchy subject. At any rate, it's touchy as far as Reverend Parker is concerned.
Charles, just before you fell asleep last night, you said that we'd discuss your diet in the morning. It's morning now, Charles. Shall we talk about your diet?
Please, Mary, not while I'm eating.
Now, Nancy, please don't laugh. It only encourages your father.
Well, I need all the encouragement I can get around here.
Oh, Charles, dear, will you please be serious? You gave me your solemn promise that you'd think about your diet.
Oh, honestly, Mary, I have been thinking about my diet. It's just that sometimes I forget it.
Just sometimes? When?
Whenever you put food in front of me. Mary, dear, I can't resist your cooking. I think you are the greatest cook in the whole wide world.
Daddy, something tells me that flattery is going to get you no place with Mom today.
That's right. The days when you could get around me with flattery are over.
Mean when I used to tell you that you were the most beautiful girl in the whole world? That wasn't flattery, Mary. You were.
Oh, Charles.
Fact of the matter is, you still are.
Charlie!
Pass the biscuits, beautiful.
Here you are, Charles.
Oh, dear, this is one morning you don't have to worry about my calories. If I eat any extra ones, I'll walk them off before the day is over.
Oh, is today calling day, Daddy?
That's right. Usual rounds of the congregation, sick and convalescing. Say, I mustn't forget little Billy Ames. I hear he's laid up with the mumps.
Oh, dear. I hope you don't catch them from him.
Of course I won't. Can't get the mumps once you've had them, and I've already had them.
I know. 3 times this year alone.
Those were swollen glands. By the way, dear, I'm going to drop in and visit Mrs. Bowman on my rounds.
Oh, is she sick?
Well, sort of. But I don't think you need worry about my catching anything. She's going to have another baby.
Another one?
They've already got 7, haven't they, Dad?
That's right. All boys. It's a good thing Sam Bowman is working, too.
Yes, thanks to you. When Bill Brackett fired him last year, if you hadn't talked him into taking Sam back, he'd still be unemployed.
Well, I was thinking mostly of the children and Mrs. Bowman. Sam isn't a bad fellow. He's just not a go-getter, that's all.
You're being charitable to him. Sam Bowman has been married for 10 years, and he hasn't got a thing to show for it.
Mary, that's no way to talk about the father of 7 children. Oh, hello, Sammy.
Oh, hello, Reverend Parker.
How is Mother, Sammy?
Okay, thank you.
Good. Heard that the stork is about to call at the Bowmans again, and I dropped in to say that I hope he makes a safe landing.
Oh, he will. He knows the way by now.
Oh. Where are all the children, Sammy?
Oh, all over the neighborhood. Billy and Joe are at the Watsons. Henry and Peter are with the Smiths. And Philip and the baby are staying at the Thompsons.
Oh, I see. Where's Mother, Sammy?
She's in the other room sleeping. I'm taking care of the house.
Oh, that's fine. The rest is good for her.
Sure. This morning she told Pop that she thought it would be today. So he told me to stay home from school. And before he went to work, he called up the Watsons, the Smiths, and the Thompsons. And as soon as they came and took the kids away, Mom went right in that room and fell fast asleep.
Well, I'm sure she can use the rest.
Me too. You know, Mom says that if it wasn't for having a baby once every year, she'd never get any rest at all.
Well, I think that... Say, if your mother's expecting to have the new baby today, shouldn't she be in the hospital by now?
Pop asked her about that this morning, but she said she wants to have this one at home.
Oh, doesn't she like hospitals?
Well, I guess so, but the last time she almost waited till it was too late. Then Pop got her into the car and they took off. Boy, Reverend, you should have seen Pop tearing down the road. That car was going like a bat out of... Sure was going fast.
By the way, Sammy, do you want the new baby to be a boy or a girl?
Promise not to tell Mom or Pop?
I promise.
Well, Reverend, Mom or Pop are diving to have a girl. But us kids got together and we're voting for a boy. We're trying to get our own baseball team.
Oh. Well, it's a cinch. You voted for a boy, so it ought to be a boy.
Oh, it just can't be any kind of boy. It's got to be a left-handed one.
A left-handed one?
Yeah, we need a good first baseman.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sammy, if I...
Reverend Parker?
Oh, hello, Sam. I say you're home early. Did Brackett let you off early for the big occasion?
Well, sort of. Oh, my back.
What's the matter, Sam?
Oh, this back of mine, I got one of my attacks all of a sudden this afternoon.
Oh, here. You better sit down. What happened to you, Sam?
Nothing. It just came out of a clear blue sky the way it usually does. Pain was so bad I had to go home. And when I told Mr. Brackett, he said I could stay home.
Well, that was nice of Bill.
Was not. He fired me.
Bill Brackett fired you? Because you have a backache? I don't believe it.
Oh, it's true, all right. You see, this ain't the first time it's happened to me. It's about the 5th time in the last couple of years. And the last time Mr. Brackett said the next time it had happened, he'd fire me. He thinks I'm faking.
Well, he ought to be ashamed of... Sam,
Yes, Reverend?
are you faking?
Me faking? Of course not. Believe me, Reverend, this is on the level.
Well, have you been to a doctor?
Sure, lots of times.
What does he say?
That I'm faking. He can't find anything wrong with my back, nothing at all. But just the same, Reverend, I swear I'm not making it up. Oh, cross my heart.
All right, Sam, all right. You've convinced me. Let's say your back really hurts. What caused it? What made it hurt?
Nothing. It just starts like that.
Amazing. First case I ever heard of where snapping your fingers gives you a sprained back. You sure you don't know what the causes the trouble, Sam?
I'm positive, Reverend. It just comes on sudden, like for no reason at all. And it always seems to come at the worst time, too. Once when Billy had his appendix out, and once when Peter had pneumonia, and once when Sammy here had the mumps. I don't care about myself, but what a time to be out of a job just when a little baby girl is coming into the world.
Girl?
We didn't tell him about the vote.
Oh. Look, Sam, I couldn't believe that Bill Brackett would fire you at a time like this, and I still can't believe it. I'm going down to the plant right now and get you your job back.
Gee, Reverend, if you only could.
And, Sammy, you stay here with your dad. Besides his job and back, he's naturally very nervous right now.
I'll take care of him okay, Reverend. I've gone through this with him 6 times already.
Hello, Charlie.
Bill, how are you? Golly, Bill, I'm certainly glad to see you.
You are. Charlie, I recognize that tone of voice.
What tone of voice, Brack?
The one that always costs me money. Charlie, I've given my quota to the welfare fund, and right now I'm not giving any more charity.
Brack, that's not what I'm here for. All I want you to do is give Sam Bowman back his job.
Oh, and I suppose that isn't charity.
Brack, how many men work here at your plant?
500?
And if you put Sam Bowman back on his job, how much difference would it make?
Practically none. He doesn't work anyway.
Come now, Charlie.
I'm not kidding. The man has been pulling a phony backache for years just to avoid work.
Brack, I
Look,
can't...
Charlie, I listen to everything you say in church and a lot of the things you say outside of it. But this is my I don't need you to mess up my business. I'm perfectly capable myself. I mean, look, I'm not joking. You can't come in here to my place of business and tell me who to hire and who to fire.
No, Brack.
I don't tell you how to run your business.
No, but I wouldn't mind if you did.
Yeah.
After all, you're sort of a partner in it.
No. Anyway, I don't come barging into your place right in the middle of a working day.
I wish you would. Any time at all, Brack.
I'm there every Sunday, and you know it.
Sure I do. We're open for business all week. What I mean, Brack, is that there's no special day for doing good. So how about calling up Sam and telling him he's got his job back again?
Charlie, if I did a fool thing like that, people would say I'd gone soft in the head.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. They only say that about the ones who are also soft in the heart. And don't worry about the opinions of cynics, Brack. Every good work you perform, every bit of charity you give earns you a little spot in heaven.
A little spot? Looks like you want me to take a lease in the whole place. Now, look here, Charlie. You know I'm not the toughest boss in the world to work for, but I can't stand fakers.
I've seen Bowman writhing in pain, and I know it wasn't put on.
Oh, you're just a softy, Charlie.
Will you take him back?
No, sir.
Sam's a poor man, and he needs this job.
Is that my responsibility?
He has a lot of kids to feed and buy shoes for.
Is that my responsibility?
And his wife is going to have another baby.
I didn't know that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Brack, because I didn't want to believe you'd fire Sam if you had known. But you know now, so does he go back to work?
Charlie, am I...
My brother's keeper? Sure you are. Your sister's keeper and your friends and your neighbors. Everybody is everybody else's keeper. So just think of Sam Bowman sitting in his house now, waiting for his child to be born and trying to figure out a way to tell his wife that he hasn't got a job and not be able to feed his children.
All right. Sam Bowman goes back on the payroll.
Good for you.
But let me tell you one thing, Charlie Parker, and I mean this. I'm going to get at the bottom of Sam Bowman's back trouble. And if it turns out that he's the faker I suspect he is, I'll fire him even though his wife has a baby every week. Not only that, I promise you that you'll never talk me into doing another thing as long as I live. Now, is that clear?
Yes, Brack.
All right.
Oh, just one more thing before I go tell Sam the good news.
What's that?
Well, with the new baby coming and everything, don't you think he could use a raise?
Well, get out of here.
Hey, Pop. Reverend Parker's here again.
Hello, Reverend. Gee, I don't know how to thank you for getting back my job for me.
Oh, then you know.
Yeah, Mr. Brackett called and told me. He said as long as he was doing it, he wanted to be the one to tell me. He wished me luck with the new baby, too.
Bill Brackett is quite a guy.
You know, he thinks a lot of you, Rev. I bet he'd do just about anything under the sun for you.
No, that's because I've never misled him. He's got confidence in me. By the way, Sam, how's the back?
The back? Whose back? Oh, my back. Oh, it's fine. All of a sudden, it's fine.
It is?
Yeah. Come to think of it, I haven't felt any pain since Mr. Brackett called me. What do you think of that, Reverend?
Well, I'd rather not say at the moment. You know, Sam, it's just as well that you won't be going back to work till tomorrow.
What do you mean?
Well, if Mr. Brackett saw how fast your back got better, well, he might get the wrong impression. He might think you've just been putting on an act.
You mean even after you told him I was on the level?
Even after I told him. You see, Sam, it's a little difficult for some people to really believe anyone can recover as quickly as you have. If Brack saw you today, I'd be in an awful spot.
Yeah, but Reverend, you don't think
Let's just say I'm awfully glad Mr. Brackett won't see you until tomorrow.
Excuse me. Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Brackett. Yeah, he's here. I'll put him on. It's for you.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Hello, Brack. Huh? Good. Oh, that's wonderful of you, Brack. But
What's the matter, Reverend? You look like something's wrong.
Mr. Brackett is buying a complete layette for your new baby.
Well, what's so bad about that?
He's bringing it here himself. Right now.
It's Always Sunday will continue in just a moment, but first, for stirring chorus singing, lend your ears to the Choral Ears every Sunday night on most of these same CBS radio stations. The Choral Ears, one of the most outstanding male singing groups in existence, bring you the full resounding beauty of the human voice in great choral arrangements America knows and loves. Tonight, enjoy the Choral Ears on CBS Radio. And now, back to It's Always Sunday. Right now, the Reverend Parker and Sam Bowman are anxiously awaiting the birth of Sam's 8th baby.
Reverend.
Yes, Sam.